The year was 1975, a time when the United States was going through economic changes, cultural shifts, and a sense of renewal as the country approached its bicentennial celebrations. Among the many small details of everyday life, coins played an important role, and one of the most common coins found in circulation was the Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. In this video, we are going to take a deep dive into the 1975 United States 1-cent coin, exploring its design, history, condition, and most importantly, its value in today's coin market. If you are a coin enthusiast or a passionate collector, stay with me until the very end as we uncover every fascinating detail about this coin. Welcome to my channel, Penny Collector, where we explore rare and valuable coins that you may still have in your pocket change today. The 1975 penny features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has been in use since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. On the obverse, or front, we see Lincoln's right-facing bust, with the words "In God We Trust" inscribed above his head. To the left of Lincoln is the word Liberty, and to the right is the date 1975. Depending on the mint that produced the coin, you may also see a mint mark just below the date. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint. The S mark stands for the San Francisco Mint, and if there is no mint mark, it means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Above the memorial are the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, while the bottom reads 1 cent. What makes the reverse design even more interesting is that, if you look closely, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, making it one of the only U.S. coins where a president is depicted on both the front and back. When it comes to mintage, the 1975 penny was produced in very large numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 5 billion pennies. The Denver Mint struck more than 4 billion, and the San Francisco Mint also produced proof coins, which were made in much smaller quantities for collectors. Because of this massive mintage, the 1975 penny is not considered rare in circulated condition. In fact, chances are that many people still have a few of these coins tucked away in jars, drawers, or boxes around the house. However, as with many coins, the condition plays a huge role in determining the value. A heavily circulated 1975 penny is usually worth only face value, which is 1 cent. But a 1975 penny in good condition, showing minimal wear and clear details, can be worth more to collectors. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded at higher mint state levels like MS-65 or higher, can be worth several dollars. Next up, we are going to explore the United States 1-cent coin from the year 2000. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary Lincoln penny that millions of people spent in everyday transactions. But when we study it closely, we begin to see just how interesting and collectible this coin can really be. From its design and mintage numbers to its value in the coin market today, this little copper-plated coin has a lot to tell us. So stay with me as we uncover all the details and see why the year 2000 penny deserves a special place in your collection. The 2000 1-cent coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008 before being replaced in 2009 by the Lincoln Bicentennial designs and then the Union Shield design. On the obverse side, or the front, you will find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic portrait first appeared in 1909 to mark the centennial of Lincoln's birth and has become one of the most recognizable designs in U.S. coinage. Above Lincoln's head is the motto, "In God We Trust." To his left is the word Liberty, and to his right is the date, 2000. Just below the date, you may notice a mint mark, which tells you where the coin was struck. If you see a D, it was minted in Denver. If you see no mint mark at all, it was minted in Philadelphia. And if you have a proof coin with an S mark, that means it was struck at the San Francisco Mint specifically for collectors. On the reverse side, we find the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo that replaced the earlier wheat ears design in 1959. The words United States of America are written across the top with the motto E pluribus unum just beneath it and the denomination 1 cent at the bottom. What makes this design so special is that if you look very closely, you can actually see a tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, making this one of the rare U.S. coins that features the same person on both the front and the back. For collectors, small design details like this are part of what makes the Lincoln Memorial series fascinating. When we talk about the mintage of the 2000 penny, we are dealing with very large numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 5.5 billion pennies that year, while the Denver Mint produced over 8.7 billion, and the San Francisco Mint made more than 3 million proof pennies. With such a massive mintage, the 2000 penny is not considered rare in circulated condition, and you can still find them in your pocket change even today. However, just because they are common does not mean they have no value. Condition and quality play a huge role in determining what a coin is worth, and some examples of the 2000 penny are worth much more than just 1 cent. A circulated 2000 penny that has been through years of handling, scratches, and wear will generally only be worth its face value of 1 cent. However, a 2000 penny in good condition with minimal wear, strong details, and a clean surface can be worth slightly more to collectors. When we move into higher uncirculated grades, such as coins that have been carefully preserved and show no signs of circulation, the value increases. In mint state grades like MS65 and above, a 2000 penny can sell for $1 to $5 depending on demand and eye appeal. For coins graded MS67 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, the value can reach even higher, sometimes ranging from $10 to as much as $50 if the coin is particularly well struck and lustrous. Proof versions from San Francisco are also worth more, with values ranging from $2 to $10 depending on condition, and cameo or deep cameo examples can bring in even higher prices from collectors. Another factor that can greatly affect the value of a 2000 penny is whether or not it has an error. Error coins are highly collectible because they are rare and unique. For the year 2000, one of the most famous errors is the wide AM variety. On normal pennies minted from 1993 to 2008, the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are very close together. However, on the wide AM penny, the letters are spaced farther apart. The 2000 wide AM penny is much rarer than the normal version, and collectors are willing to pay a significant premium for it. In circulated condition, a wide AM penny can sell for $10 to $20, and in mint state, it can reach values of $100 or more. There are also other errors to look out for, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks, which all can increase the value of a 2000 penny dramatically depending on the severity of the error and its demand among collectors. So, what does all this mean for you as a collector or someone who has come across a 2000 penny in change? In most cases, if the coin is circulated and shows a lot of wear, it will only be worth 1 cent. But if your coin is uncirculated, proof, or contains a special error such as the wide AM variety, then you may be holding a coin worth several dollars or even much more. This is why it is so important to check every coin carefully and learn about the varieties and errors that exist. What seems like an ordinary penny could turn out to be a valuable find that adds excitement and profit to your collection. The 2000 1-cent coin is not just about money, though. It is also a piece of American history. It represents the final decade of the Lincoln Memorial design, which was soon to be replaced. It connects us to the everyday economy of the early 2000s, a time of change, growth, and transition for the country. Collecting coins like the 2000 penny is about more than just financial value. It's about preserving history, appreciating art and design, and building a collection that tells a story across time. Every penny you find is a link to millions of hands that have held it, traded it, saved it, or simply passed it along. That history is part of what makes coin collecting such a rewarding hobby. In conclusion, the 2000 United States 1-cent coin may be common in circulation, but in good condition, in uncirculated grades, or as part of a rare error variety like the wide AM, it can hold significant value for collectors. Whether it is worth 1 cent or $100, every coin has a story, and the year 2000 penny is no exception. So, the next time you come across one of these coins, do not overlook it. Take the time to check the condition, look for errors, and appreciate the piece of history you are holding. Next up, we will be focusing on the United States 1-cent coin from the year 2005. At first glance, the 2005 penny might seem like just another ordinary Lincoln cent that millions of people spent in everyday transactions. But when we take a closer look, we uncover interesting details about its design, minting, condition, and the true value it can hold in today's coin market. Whether you are a beginner just starting your collection or a long-time enthusiast, this video will help you understand why the 2005 penny deserves attention. The 2005 1-cent coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. On the obverse, or the front of the coin, we see the famous right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design first appeared in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it has remained a symbol of American history and pride for more than a century. Above Lincoln's head, the national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed, while to the left we see the word liberty, and to the right, the date 2005. Just below the date, you may notice a mint mark. A D indicates the coin was minted in Denver, while no mint mark indicates it came from Philadelphia. Proof coins, specially made for collectors, were struck at the San Francisco Mint and carry the S mint mark. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo in 1959. At the top are the words United States of America, and just below that is the motto E pluribus unum. At the bottom of the reverse is the denomination 1 cent. If you look closely at the Lincoln Memorial, you can actually spot a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, which makes the Lincoln cent one of the few American coins where the same person appears on both sides. The Lincoln Memorial design was used on the penny for nearly 50 years, and the 2005 penny represents one of the final years of this classic design before it was replaced in 2009 with the bicentennial Lincoln series, and later with the Union Shield design. Now let's talk about the mintage of the 2005 penny. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 3.9 billion pennies that year, while the Denver Mint struck more than 3.7 billion. In addition, the San Francisco Mint created around 3.3 million proof coins. With such large mintage numbers, the 2005 penny is not considered rare in circulation. Most examples are still worth their face value of 1 cent when found in average worn condition. However, the true value of a coin depends greatly on its condition, and this is where things get interesting. A circulated 2005 penny that has been used in everyday transactions will usually only be worth 1 cent. But if the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used and still has its original luster and sharp details, then its value increases. In mint state grades such as MS65, a 2005 penny can be worth $1 to $3. Coins in even higher grades, such as MS66 or MS67, can reach values of $10 to $20 or more if they are certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint also hold additional value, usually ranging from $2 to $5 depending on their condition, and cameo or deep cameo examples can sell for even higher prices among collectors. Another fascinating area to explore with the 2005 penny is error coins and varieties. As with many modern coins, mistakes occasionally happen during the minting process, and these errors have become highly collectible. Some examples of errors that exist on 2005 pennies include off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse varieties, die cracks, and coins struck on defective or clipped planchets. Depending on the type and severity of the error, these coins can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s. Always take the time to examine your coins carefully, because a small mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary 1-cent coin into a valuable collector's piece. When we look at the coin market today, the 2005 penny generally has modest value, unless it is in pristine, uncirculated condition or has an error. Most examples in average condition are only worth 1 cent. Uncirculated coins can bring in $1 to $5, with top-graded examples selling for more. Proof coins typically sell for a few dollars each, while special error coins can bring much higher prices depending on rarity and demand. Collectors often enjoy setting aside a few examples of the 2005 penny in higher grades to complete Lincoln Memorial sets or to hold on to as part of a full-year collection of U.S. coins. But beyond its dollar value, the 2005 penny carries historical and sentimental value. It represents one of the final years of the Lincoln Memorial design, a design that had been a part of American coinage for nearly half a century. For many people, pennies like the 2005 coin bring back memories of childhood savings, pocket change, and the simple joy of finding something interesting in everyday life. Collecting pennies is not just about their worth in dollars. It is about preserving pieces of history, celebrating American design, and connecting with the past through objects that have passed through millions of hands. So if you come across a 2005 1-cent coin, take a closer look at it. Check the condition, examine the details, and see if it might be uncirculated or have an error. Even if it turns out to be worth only 1 cent, you're still holding a small piece of American history that tells a story about its time. And if you happen to find a rare variety or high-grade example, you could be holding a coin worth much more than face value. Next up, we are going to talk about the 2008 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, this penny might seem ordinary, but when we dive into its design, its mintage, and its place in American history, we realize that it carries much more meaning than just a face value of 1 cent. In fact, the 2008 penny holds a special place in the Lincoln Memorial series because it was one of the final years of this iconic design before a major change in 2009. So let's take a closer look at everything you need to know about the 2008 penny and what it could be worth in today's coin market. The obverse, or the front of the 2008 penny, features the famous bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait first appeared on the penny in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth and has been a fixture of American coinage for more than a century. Above Lincoln's head is the national motto, "In God We Trust." To the left of his portrait is the word liberty, and to the right is the date 2008. Just beneath the date, you may find a mint mark that tells you where the coin was made. If you see a D, the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. If there is no mint mark, it came from the Philadelphia Mint. And if you have a proof coin with an S mint mark, that means it was minted in San Francisco specifically for collectors. On the reverse side, the 2008 penny displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparro in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. And across the top of the coin, we see the words United States of America. And just beneath that is the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. At the bottom is the denomination 1 cent. One fascinating detail is that if you look closely at the memorial, you can actually see a tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside. This makes the Lincoln Memorial penny one of the few coins in U.S. history where the same person appears on both the front and the back. The mintage of the 2008 penny was extremely high, as billions of these coins were produced for circulation. The Philadelphia Mint struck more than 2.5 billion pennies, the Denver Mint produced over 2.8 billion pennies, and the San Francisco Mint struck over 2 million proof pennies. With such large numbers, the 2008 penny is not rare in circulation. However, the story does not end there, because the condition and type of coin make all the difference when it comes to value. A heavily circulated 2008 penny that has scratches, wear, and discoloration will generally only be worth its face value of 1 cent. But in higher grades, the value increases. An uncirculated 2008 penny, also known as a mint state coin, that has never been used in everyday transactions can be worth more than just a cent. In mint state grades like MS-65, these coins can sell for $1 to $3. In even higher grades such as MS-66 and MS-67, certified examples may sell for $10 or more depending on demand. Proof coins from San Francisco are also collectible and usually sell between $2 and $5, with deep cameo examples fetching even higher premiums. Another very important aspect of the 2008 penny is error coins and varieties. Sometimes mistakes occur during the minting process, and these errors can make a coin significantly more valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual features. While the 2008 penny does not have as many famous varieties as some other years, error coins can still be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. It is always worth checking your 2008 pennies closely, because you never know if you might be holding an error coin that could be worth much more than face value. The historical significance of the 2008 penny should not be overlooked either. This was the final full year of the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been used on the reverse of the penny for nearly 50 years. In 2009, the United States Mint released a special series of 4 new reverse designs to honor the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself. After that, in 2010, the penny transitioned to the Union Shield design that we still use today. Because of this, the 2008 penny represents the end of an era and is especially interesting to collectors who enjoy building complete sets of the Lincoln Memorial series. So, what is the value of the 2008 penny in today's coin market? For most circulated examples, the value is only 1 cent. For uncirculated coins in higher grades, the value can be a few dollars. Proof coins are typically worth between $2 and $5. The real value comes with rare arrow coins or exceptionally high-grade mint state coins that are certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Some examples in top condition have sold for $20 or more at auction. While this may not seem like a fortune, it shows how a coin that most people overlook can hold added value when preserved carefully. In conclusion, the 2008 penny is not just an ordinary coin. It represents one of the last years of the Lincoln Memorial design, a series that spanned nearly 50 years. While billions of these coins were made, and most are worth only 1 cent, Those in excellent condition or with unique errors can bring higher prices in the collector market. Every coin tells a story, and the 2008 penny's story is about transition, history, and the importance of looking closely at even the smallest details. Thank you for watching today's video here on Penny Collector. If you enjoyed learning about the 2008 Lincoln penny, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another upload. Share this video with other collectors and coin enthusiasts, and always remember to check your change carefully because you never know when you might come across a hidden treasure. I'll be back soon with more in-depth looks at rare and valuable coins, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.